Hey YouTube, welcome to another episode of News in 2 Minutes, bringing you the news that you need to know every day. Let's begin. In news that is getting little recognition, security forces in Sudan have opened fire on peaceful protesters, sending thousands running through the streets and killing at least 50. The protesters are now forcefully calling for the removal of the government as the country follows similar paths seen in Syria before the civil war. The United Nations Security Council voted on Friday to both secure and destroy Syria's chemical weapons stockpile, taking known amounts of the dangerous gas out of the hands of the Syrian army. Analysts continue to suggest that although the Syrian military may be held to task over the chemical weapons, the Free Syrian Army, a militant group often seen as being backed by al-Qaeda, may continue to use the illegal chemicals in their fight to topple the Assad administration. The CDC has released a study in which they looked at a number of papers, both in historic and current publication, regarding the emergence of the H7N9 variation of the avian flu. The studies suggest that throughout history, over 30,000 viral samples would need to be taken to find a match to H7N9, proving that something recently changed in the virus, making it more prevalent in birds and easily transmittable to humans. Although new cases remain low, virologists fear that this is just a temporary low seen during non-flu seasons, and that we will likely see a re-emergence of the virus in Asia in the coming months, where a mutation could easily transform this into a regional pandemic. In other flu news, changes in the way that the MERS coronavirus is affecting the population of Saudi Arabia suggest that nearly 25% of all new cases are healthcare related, while a translation from Arabic to English shows that 3 new cases of the virus are being reported by the Saudi Arabian Ministry of Health. International scientists working for or with the United Nations have denounced historic records of cyclical climate change and have placed a singular blame for recent extreme weather and an alteration of global weather patterns on the shoulders of humans. And to wrap things up, a camera mounted on a Canadian police car caught this amazing meteor. The US and Iranian presidents are said to have held dialogue for the first time in 30 years. Authorities in Brazil are pushing legislature to use the stadiums that are being built for the World Cup as prison processing centers and camps after the soccer matches are over. And a 5.2 in the Philippines, as well as a 5.0 in both the Sandwich and Solomon Islands, completes today's Quake Watch. And that's it for this episode of News in 2 Minutes. Check back tomorrow for more news that the aware need the most. This week's News in 2 Minutes is brought to you by SHTFplan.com, where even the officials go for news, and SQmetals.com for all your precious metal needs.